Okay, good afternoon. Brian Shannon speaking from Alpha Trends Blogspot. Today is Thursday, May 25th, and this is a wrap up of trading today. Let's take a look, like we always do, first at the NASDAQ 100 Trust. All charts brought to you by Realtek. Check them out at realtek.com. I've got a link on the right hand side of my blog as well. The NASDAQ 100 we've been watching, and it's been acting very good here the last day and a half, 2 days. Yesterday, I thought that were laying the groundwork for a continued rally, and today we did get such a rally. So, stock is, the market is acting better. Of course, we're still in a pretty severe downtrend. We're just getting a bounce here, nothing more. I think that the best case scenario is a bounce up towards about 40 and a half. And that's probably going to find resistance a little bit earlier near the declining 20-day moving average, which is at about 40.5 right now, but that's going to be working itself down as well. Let's take a look at the shorter term time frame, as we have been looking at this 10-minute chart. That is each candle on here representing 10 minutes worth of data, each of the vertical lines separating the distance between one day, the time between one day. As we've known, this 5-day moving average, the declining 5-day moving average, has been acting as resistance. This morning I warned that you didn't want to chase that strength above the 5-day moving average initially. Instead, you wanted to wait for a pullback. We did get such a pullback. We look at that magnified on the 5-minute chart rather. We can see that it was a nice little consolidation in here, and then the buyers took control and kept control for the rest of the day without really any meaningful pullbacks whatsoever. The market came right up to that level that we had been looking at as initial resistance as well, which is about 39.50, 39.45. I'm sorry, 39.38, I believe, is the level right there. Let's take a closer look. $39.38 is the high from 2 days ago. So we've got a little bit of resistance in this area potentially between 39.36 where we are and probably up into about 39.55 or so. And what I think we might have tomorrow's going to be pre-holiday trading, so trading might be a little bit slow. The market could still come back down towards that $39 level. If so, I think that you're going to see a lot of stocks firming up. Eventually, we could be building for a push past this 39.5 level up towards that 40 and then 40.5. Right now, though, it's looking good. The buyers were in control right up to the close. One potential scenario here is that the market builds a little right shoulder. So right now we have potentially for a left shoulder ahead, and then if we had weakness tomorrow, it might build this right shoulder pretty nicely in here, and that will give us the potential upside based on the height of this pattern. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, but we want to lay out any potential scenario out there. And as the 5-day moving average is still declining, it still offers the potential for some resistance, especially now that we've got that declining 10-day moving average that often acts as resistance early on. So tomorrow could be a light volume consolidation day where it trades between that 5 and 10-day moving average. So you don't want to get too aggressive still on the long side here, but there are some great looking stocks out there. Let's take a look at some of the ones I had mentioned in the video that didn't get posted till probably about a little bit before noon today. I've still been looking at this BIDU. BIDU kind of had a disappointing day, I thought. It gapped up, after yesterday's strength. You don't want to chase those gaps higher. And then the sellers came in and took control. There were a lot better looking stocks out there today. Certainly, BIDU did not act very good. So I think it needs a little further consolidation before you can really want to consider that one as a stock that you want to potentially purchase again. EMKR, I had said yesterday that it needed to get above this declining 5-day moving average at about $9.50, and you can see above $9.50. The buyers do look like they have control here. I think right now, if you're in the stock, stop probably goes about 945 or so. This is the one that had a really nice looking weekly chart, and it's dropped fairly substantially here on the daily time frame over the last week and a half or so. And for some reason, that daily chart won't pull up, so we'll just go on to the next one. I'm going a little bit quicker today because I don't have the faith in Google videos today to post it there. I'm going to post it on YouTube. So GPK, Graphic Packaging, this is one of the ones that I'd said looked very bullish, and we're potentially looking for a retest of these highs up near $4 a share. The stock had pulled back on light volume, consolidated at that 20-day moving average rather, and I was looking for this stock. I thought above $3.40 would make a good purchase. Indeed, it did make a good purchase above 340. It got up to 360. Great percentage move. But right now, I'd say your stop goes below this low right here, maybe at about $3.45, 46 cents, just to give it a little bit of room. No reason to give back your profits in there, though. Garmin, GRMN, is stock that looked real bullish. It was one of the early ones to cross back above this 5-day moving average. Unfortunately, there was a big gap in there today. If you wanted to play this stock today, the right way would have been to see that gap run its course, that initial pullback, and then buy it somewhere right around in this area. But I think Garmin, there's probably better ones out there right now. Looks like if you weren't in it, you kind of missed the move on that gap. JCOM, I thought it was looking extended yesterday. I was hoping it would pull back. I think the stock split overnight because I remember about 50, we're talking about a $50 level. But anyway, I think I was looking for 50 and a half or so. 51 as a pullback, and that would have made it about 25 and a half. Anyways, the stock had a great day today and continued this rally up more than $2 today. So unfortunately, if you weren't in it before today, probably missed this move, but a great breakout play, and looks great on all time frames. Obviously, it's extended, but if you were in it, great move, good job. Right now, I would say you don't want to chase the stock. You don't want to keep looking after this one. Lattice Semiconductor, LSCC. I was mentioning that above $5.80 was the place to buy it. You can see it broke above there, then it pulled back. So that 580 that was prior resistance, now looking like it's acting as support. Still looks like it's got room up to these lows right around $6.40 or so. So about 50 cents of upside from where we are right now, and I think your stop goes about 575-ish. So nice risk reward in LSCC. MDTL, this is one of those ones that was severely beaten up. I had a position in it. I still do have a position in this stock, and it's treating me very nicely. I bought it down in here yesterday. I was looking for a move up to that 5-day moving average. It got up there and acted really strong, so it continues to run and act real nice. The other one that was really beat up badly recently that I was looking at was ERS. What I had laid out yesterday was a scenario where I thought that it was extended, but it might rally up to that 5-day moving average at the 21.15 level. It did get up there. I sold my position. It pulled back like I was hoping, down towards about 20 bucks a share. You didn't want to buy it at 20 because it kept declining, but instead, as it started rallying again. So the stock acts great. It's above this 5-day moving average, and looks like it can continue up to probably at least these levels here, 23.5 or so. So ERS continues to act real strong. NUAN, I didn't do anything in here. I thought maybe above 10. Stock doesn't look that great. I'd scratch that one off the list. PHRM. I was looking for a move above 20.5 on this stock. Hasn't occurred. Stock still looks good, but I'm going to have to wait for it to get above that 20.5 level. Longer term chart still looks great. And CENX, didn't really mention anything specific other than the stock looked good, and you'd have to kind of come up with your own risk reward. The chart doesn't want to pull up for me for some reason right now, so let's look at something else. It did have a good day, though. Gold recovering a little bit in here, but still has to get up to that, down to about 620 or so. I think at that 50-day moving average is where it finds support. I don't know what's going on with these charts right now, but they don't want to update for me. My machine sounds like it's working extra hard. As far as the shorts went, I don't have time to get into those right now because this 10 minutes is almost up. Check back later this evening. I will have other ideas for you. Thanks for your time. Have a great evening.